Hello and welcome to the pre-alpha test of Bit Evolution. This version is 0.2.1 and includes things such as our first enemies, as seen here, and also the pixel collection system and the new version of the Realm of Code. So we have our first enemy here, who's Little Armadillo. He acts pretty similar to the Goombas in Mario in the sense of that he will walk off surfaces and just trot along, as you'll see later. This little guy here is the Hunter. He shows up in a cutscene just before this level, and he won't be here in the final version of the game, but we've just got him here to show that we've actually got a sprite. These are pixels that are going to be collected in the Realm of Code. You need to collect a multitude of pixels in order to progress through the game. Now this is the Realm of Code itself. I'm currently being chased by a load of enemies. Those aren't the final versions of the enemies, those are simply placeholders. We're currently working on the sprites. Okay, so we're back in the game. So what you saw there was an example of the Realm of Code segment, where if you die in the game, you get sent to the Realm of Code, which is a mysterious place behind the game level where you can directly interact with code in order to progress and get through parts of the game that you couldn't previously. Now, as you saw there, the armadillo can walk down surfaces, however, he can't walk up them, so he'll come down here and then just do it back and forth like this until you defeat him. This first level revolves around the jumping mechanic, which you received previously, and simply getting the player used to progressing through the level with the jump mechanic. That little toucan likes to follow you as well. And you'll also have noticed that these eyes as well like to blink randomly. That's a precursor to an enemy that you'll see very shortly later on. And yes, here's another placeholder for an enemy. Obviously, all the enemy placements at the moment are simply to show off their mechanics and do not reflect where they're going to be later on in the game. But that enemy is a raccoon who can basically walk around on surfaces but sticks to edges. So we're now in the second level of the game. In the finished version of the game, you have to go back to the overworld in order to progress through the different levels. As you saw with those pixels that we collected earlier, you have to collect those and unlock keys in order to progress. Now, as you can see here, we've come to the first obstacle which we put into the game so far. Our little character Bit can't jump over this boulder in order to progress. So, as a result, you can get pretty frustrated and keep trying to get over it, but it won't get you anywhere. So we'll follow back here, and we'll see that where this spider was previously, there is a pit. So if we jump in, we respawn in the Realm of Code. Now if we avoid this particular enemy that likes to shoot at you, we can progress back through the game level, and as you can see here, we can we've got one of the floating glitches that will follow you around. They're not balanced at the moment, and they are pretty tricky to deal with. As you can see, now we've respawned back into the game level, and we're above where we were before. So now we can progress. Also, those eyes that are looking at you through the forest are actually supposed to be the spider eyes, as you can see here. Now, the spiders will kill you if they touch you, but you can also jump over their webs. At the current moment, we may make it so that you can't, and you simply have to wait until he drops down or jumps up before you can progress. Now we've come to another element that we can't get to at the moment. Eventually we're going to make it so you can drop down through platforms in order to kill yourself. But at the moment you have to go back to the pit. Now we've got more of the jumping glitches. And we're going to jump over those. The purple blocks are the respawn points for the level. As you can see, it got pretty hectic there. Being chased by a couple of enemies. But see, so that's where we were before, and now we're back up to the end of the level. This leads on to the third level, which is currently being in development, which is a water level that will consist of swimming mechanics and jumping onto different segments of bridge. Anyway, that's where we are at the moment with version 2.1, and we will keep you updated in the next week with new updates. Thanks very much for watching.